It's too divided by, yes. Yes, this is true. It will be buggy. It routinely is. But the way the game is set up, it's actually kind of hard to tell half the time what is a bug and what is something working as intended. For instance, the dwarves climbing and the current dwarf mood effect are essentially working as intended, but as far as I'm aware, they kind of work like bugs. They don't work well at all for my playstyle or how I do things in this game. But there are probably a great many things that come off of that are required. It's a lot easier. Let me rephrase, it's not a lot easier. Now dwarves can climb trees and get apples. Like, there are a bunch of things that come off of it. The interaction of them being able to climb the trees and get apples leads to the fact that they can now climb up and over your damn walls, because you don't have direct control over them. Yeah, I was sitting on my foot. Now it's slightly tingly. Got tingle foot. Oh, bad tingle foot. Bad tingle foot. I'm going to be naming my party members after viewers and becoming either a merc band or become the villains of the world. Oh my god, will we get siege ladders? Don't give him ideas like that, because then that means I gotta make my walls even taller. Climb tree, fall out of tree and die. Yeah, that one's kind of weird. So yeah, sometimes depending upon your dwarf's mentality, they could climb a tree and then decide that they don't want to come down. That's shown. So, like, you know, we have dwarves. There's so much more to that. The dwarves, they have attributes, a bunch of attributes. These attributes, they have soft skills, they have military skills, and then they actually have labors. So I've only really ever focused labors, military, and occasionally a few of the attributes. But how the social works together for different jobs, like if you, hold on, I should bring that back. If you look at it, when I look at one of these, like, he doesn't have this job, but the dwarf therapist is calculating that because of certain attributes, certain desires the dwarf have. Certain dwarves like doing things that other dwarves hate. There's some dwarves that like being outside in the rain, even though 99% of them hate it. This has a thing saying, well, he doesn't have any skill in it, but, you know, 49.84% decent at the job. If I were to sort by Boyery and then go for someone who doesn't have a square, that one's 52.33. He has barely any experience in it, but he's slightly capable at it. We can go all the way. If I sort this the other way, we'll see who just got hit in a second. I sort it the other way, we can see that this person, apparently Boyery is just a neutral one. Everyone's around 50. Some of these have worse. 47s, 43s, 57s, 45s. Like I said, it depends on what their stats and stuff are. They get added together. And that really right there, that's just to tell you kind of what they'd be best at. Like, that's not even a thing that you need to know in the game. But my point is that that's just what your guys have. Imagine that for, like, everyone else. Yeah. He is a lovely madman. Oh, bolts have hatched. Good. I was waiting for my replacement turkeys. I believe I have left them undisturbed for a while. Z, hold on, let's check the animals and let's check the auto butcher. And where are the damn turkeys? We will keep all the children for now. I am fine with opening this damn. Alright, try not to die this time, you stupid, stupid turkeys. That was obnoxious. That was just obnoxious as all hell last time. Oh, and because I know a Polt's going to end up outside the door, I'm going to leave this one open. Oh, and someone got hurt somewhere in there, right? Ooh, who is this? Goblin Swordsman, where were you? Oh, I love seeing a blood spatter when I look for a combat area. Love seeing a blood spatter. The spinning gabbro strikes the Goblin Swordsman in the upper body, bruising the muscle, jamming the right true ribs through the right lung, and tearing apart the right lung. The Goblin Swordsman is having trouble breathing. You think? The gabbro has lodged firmly in the wound. You know, where the lung was. You ever replaced your lung with just like a couple, tens of pounds of gabbro? Slightly hard to breathe. A spinning gabbro strikes the goblin swordsman in the right lower leg, but the attack is deflected by his iron high boot. The force bends the right knee, however, and the part splits into gore. A ligament has been torn and a tendon was torn. The spinning gabbro proceeded to strike the goblin swordsman in the upper body, bruising the muscle and bruising the left lung through the cave spider's. He's gonna die soon. So, hit him in the right lung so hard that the lung went in, or that the ribs went into and through the lung and pierced it. Hit the leg, bounced off, and then hit the other lung just to bruise it for good measure. You've only got one of these left. Let's mess it up a bit. So he's gonna die soon. I'm surprised he didn't die immediately. I don't know where he went. Someone around there's gotta be like gasping for air. This one, this one looks like he has a confusion mark every now and then. Yeah, it's him. So by the way, if you weren't aware, you can always tell kind of when people have a bit too many injuries when they're by themselves and they turn to that X. That X is like a little, like something has stopped them this cycle from doing another action. I think of it as a confusion mark, but really it could be anything physical as well. That is what's happening here. He is generally fine, but you see that he blinks. So if he gives in the pain, that'll like blink faster, things like that. If you weren't aware of that particular little insight. Because you can see it as well whenever you have someone that has a permanent injury, like difficulty walking, like because their leg is gone, they'll, no matter what, they'll constantly be blinking X just due to injuries. And it's basically just representing the fact that every couple of cycles they're unable to do something because of said injury. Boo-da-doo-boo. I'm wanting to see something, but I'm not. Don't you dare. There we go. What we got going on? Ooh, nice. Nice, very nice. Keep grabbing these. Like I said, if nothing else, this is a ton of ammunition for upstairs. We finished this floor off. Finish it. Now, if we wanted to, we could. We hit a gym. If we wanted to, I could take these and move them all the way down to just guarantee everyone's safety. As a matter of fact, you know what? I say if we wanted to, but why don't I just do that? I'm going to take all the hatches from up here. We're going to move them down 2 floors because you can't break through the hatch from below. So, and we've secured this floor now down here. We put the hatches on those stairwells. We can just secure those and prevent any flying creature from getting in. Same as we did up above. Speaking of which, how are they doing? They've still got ammo. I'm surprised that they still got ammo. They're still sending out attacks at people. They're not doing blind fire, so there's creatures in that region. Really rather... They like a heat map of where all the enemies are. That would be like the most useful. I could get a heat map of the enemy. I think right now, somehow we have 117, but 130. So we still have a ton of invaders. I see a couple of them have fallen into the water. Okay. Don't know why they did that. But I don't see 117 worth. Oh, okay. They are in groups. They are over here. They're just staying over here. Okay. I thought that they had moved around. Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing groups of 10 and shit like that. Okay, never mind. We know where they are. Thanks for that explanation. I was wondering what was that X mark. See? That's what I'm saying. This is why I have this. In my ramblings, at some point, I'll come across information that people do not know. One of these days, I'll actually be able to coherently give out the information so that people get to know that they don't know things, and thus know to ask. That's never going to happen. I forgot I was doing these. Build, thrones. So I've been slowly building kobold type things. I'm trying to move the tavern down here. 1, to give it more room. 2, so I can have some of the booze and food storage in-house. So we don't get people, for some reason, complaining that they didn't have proper food. Stupid. We have tons of proper food. I feel like I want 1, 2, 3. I want 4 kobold type chests. What is it called? It's called a coffer, not a chest when it's rock. 4 kobold type. We have a ton of gabbro. Who got hurt? There's blood down there. X's are stairs, I think, both up and down. Wait, what happened? X's are stairs, I think, and V's are stairs. Yes, so the game being what it is, it has to share a couple of different symbols together. The triangles you see here are ramps up. The triangle's letting you know that it is a slope, a la if you look at it from a side, it looks like a triangle. If you look at it from a different angle, sometimes you see a different symbol, but that is ramp. It is when the Z level that it is located on is where the base of the triangle is. It is pointing upwards to whatever it can reach. So these are all down here, but they all lead up to this. It's kind of like reading a topographical map. For stairs, yes, X's are up and down stairs. If you see an actual... I don't think I have any more ups or downs. Stairs, if they're only one direction, do look like stairs, but there is a way to tell the difference. So if it looks like a hole with stairs going down, it's stairs. But if you just see the stairs without being in that weird hole thing, that is an upstair. But the same up-down stair symbol is used for confusion and or... inhibition is the wrong word. Something preventing a creature from doing something. So he's blinking red because he's got an actual long-term injury. I don't know what it is, but I will... Injury to his right lung. But this injury isn't stopping him too much. Yes, he has a very serious injury. Why he's able to move as he does, I don't know. But you'll notice every now and then, he will have to stop and gasp for breath. He's unable to do his normal action during that cycle of calculation. And in this, it's not confusion. I just reference it as confusion. He'll blink in the cycle that he's unable to do what he was going to be doing. So it's the same symbol, but if you see it as an object, it's up downstairs. If you see an entity, a creature, a dwarf, a goblin, anything that is a cat, anything that's a creature type living thing or whatever, and you see that, that means due to an injury. Like I said, it's not confusion. I just reference it as confusion because it doesn't mean necessarily that they're unable to do something. Just for that cycle, they're unable to do something. And you can see he loses that and starts moving again. So it's basically for that one. In that case, it's because I think he ran out of breath, like legit. But if they have only one leg, you'll see them move a square, blink a bunch of times, and then move a square as they drag themselves. It's just how it tries to keep up with the fact that certain things should be slowing you down. Also, heart is the best Twitch emote. In order to round things out and make use of the new dungeon so forth, wait, what? Corrupt imprisonment, framing, snatching, sabotage, trying to ignite warfare involving your enemies. Okay, I missed that one. They were interrupted. Yeah, basically. Interruptions is what that could be considered. Dwarves are easily confused. Stairs? You'll see it a lot too. Even without injury, if a dwarf or anyone has to fight a ton, and I mean a ton, to the point of exhaustion, because the game calculates stamina and exhaustion as well. Stamina is a stat. If they get to the point of exhaustion, that is enough for an interruption, and you'll just keep seeing the X as they just sit there exhausted. And then once they're no longer exhausted, the X stops for a few rounds of combat. They beat up again, and they go back to blinking X. So a lot of the gobos out here. Now, there is a slight difference I want to point out, because if different tile sets, I think it might show this differently. But no, this is not confusion. Just because it's blinking doesn't mean it's interrupted. When you see something like a spinning green bar, Because even in ASCII, you'll see like the forward slant, hyphen, backward slant, so on and so forth. You'll see it rotate around. That just means there's more than one creature on that tile. So this is a unicorn, and a unicorn foal. You see right there in the lower right corner. If I move my mouse, it gets rid of the words. Over here, you can see there's 3 creatures in that place. That, they're not confused. They're not hurt. There's just, that spinny thing means it's cycling between different icons because there's more than one creature there. It's like, that's the little baby foal. And then it'll cycle and you'll see the taller one. That's one of the unicorns. That's the foal. And it's just cycling back and forth between the different symbols of what's there. The X symbol specifically, though, is what I reference as the interruption. So he's got a major injury. He's got that red aura around him. He's probably covered in blood due to something. And it looks like he's doing nothing but blinking that X. He probably is unable to dodge too well. So if another one of those catapult rocks, if another rock shot is able to get close enough to him, he's probably not going to dodge. He's likely to die in 1 or 2 more hits if he can get hit. I mean, if you see so far, the catapults have been extremely unreliable. But if they actually home in on this dude, you see everyone else is trying to move away from the area. He's not even moving. Who is this, by the way? Who are you? Goblin Swordsman. Oh, that's why he's blinking so much. He's just straight up unconscious due to extreme pain. Oh, I think this is the guy who lost both his lungs. No, I don't right lung. I don't see left lung in here. Maybe this is a different person. But yeah, all the way up to, and my point being proven, essentially unconscious, which is he's just not going to do anything the entire time. Until he becomes conscious, he'll do nothing but blink that X. Essentially, every time the game does a cycle, it determines what they do. And if the X is an overriding thing. So I could get a drink, I could go to sleep, or I could be unconscious. Unconscious overrides everything, so I am doing the X symbol. That is his action, if that makes sense. If you think of it that way, you can kind of get the idea.
Hiya.
Yep. What is the vertical hyphen? The vertical bar, the forward slash, the hyphen, the backslash, the vertical bar again. Oh, I struck clear Zircon. Yay. And as you see, the dude is getting, I don't even know if it's the same dude, but this guy appears to be conscious now, and he is slowly moving away. Yep, he's still got the injuries, but he's no longer in extreme pain. He's gotten his breath back, he's slightly good, but every couple of steps, he does not have a working lung. So every couple of steps, he's going to have to stop, essentially catch his breath again. Different things cause it in varying amounts. It's just whenever it triggers. So in this case, for catching the breath due to the one lung, it's like, well, you have 3 options. Shuffle a card of 3 cards. If you draw the breathing one, you're doing the X's turn. I've been here lurking. Found out it was my air freshener that was making me feverish. I guess you can be allergic to scented oils. What? Look at koala doing the upside down eye just to be creepy. You need some essential oils to help treat that allergy to scented oils. Duh. And like I said, it looks like they're blinking, but that X that's a stairwell. You're just seeing creatures going by. Like I said, it's the same symbol used for multiple things. I don't mean to sound like I'm harping on it too much. And then these ones, this is a slightly different thing. Actually, no, that's just nothing. I'm just crazy. Ignore me. That's just, it's showing, when it blinks them like that, it's showing that there's a thing behind them like a bed. Entities get the spinning thing. Not entities, it just shows the 2 icons. Just because it does. As you see, he's not blinking. There's nothing behind him. He's sleeping on a bed. You see him, there's a bed. There is nothing to signify that this is something, as opposed to the 2 different creatures. Creeping is only one of my specialties. That is just known as the vertical bar. I've always known as a pipe for some reason. Well, I mean, it can't be known as a vertical bar. Oh, did we hit someone this time? Nope, it's the beak dog. Oh, wait. We did. Holy shit. The spinning gabbro strikes the beak dog in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the spleen. This was today, right? Yep. And bruising the spleen. The spinning gabbro strikes the beak dog in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the stomach. Strikes him in the upper body, bruising the muscle and bruising the gizzard. Strikes him in the lower body, bruising the muscle and bruising the stomach. Strikes him in the head and his head exploded. And the injured part explodes in the gore. There's a dead beak dog over here now. And of course, red letters means that creature but dead. It uses B for beak dog. It's a different letter for each thing. But if it's just a solid red background with a letter, that's a dead creature. It's no longer is an entity, it is an object. That's essentially the big difference. It is no longer a beak dog creature, but an object of a beak dog corpse. Two different things. I mean, I'd accept pipe. Pipe sounds slightly better. Because I don't. Is there anything that takes 2 words to describe on the keyboard? Excluding the locks, that's cheating. Tilde, hyphen, percentage, pound, $sign takes 2 words. My thing being that's ASCII. That's on the international. So what? So it's not something like that. It's got to be something that's. The vertical bar is a computer character and glyph with various uses of mathematics. As many names, often related in particular, the Sheffer stroke and logic, the vertibar, V-bar, stick, vertical line, several variants on. Yeah. But hold on. But what does ASCII call it? It's got to have a character name. It is called a vertical bar. I've never... That sounds just so... like someone didn't even try. That's really called a vertical bar. That'd be like calling tilde the squiggly key. Alright, it's called a vertical bar. I have been proven wrong this day. It's called a vertical bar. That's stupid. I'm just going to call tilde the squiggly key now. And if someone asks me about it, I'm going to be like, well, that's a vertical bar, so that's a squiggly key. That is... Someone didn't try that day. Whoever put that in was like, I don't know, what's this? It's a vertical bar. Looks here like you miswrote, like, you know, you probably just dragged the pen wrong. You sure you want me to put that in? Everything I wrote there I did on purpose, okay? And you're gonna pay me for that because I'm charging by the symbol. What is it? It's a vertical bar. What do I use it for? That's not my job to figure out why you need a vertical bar. I just write it down for you, okay? It has a use. How else are you gonna show a spinning circle when there's 2 creatures on top of each other? Duh. Deuces. Squiggly key. No, like that's vertical bar. Alright, they're still getting the stones. I believe hauling stones makes you strong too. I could be wrong. An easy way to tell is to sort this by profession, collapse them all, load up our stone haulers, go to attributes, collapse them all again because I'm a goober, open up stone hauler, and I have no clue how to tell if this changed. I feel like hauling stone makes you stronger though. There are ways to increase your stats. Oh, maybe I'm crazy. It used to be you could just pump all day, but no, they got rid of that. Hauling rocks, oh yeah, no need for minecarts. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not even having the minecart in. I mean, this one I am, but all the way up for the ammo, they're hauling that. They are straight lugging that. They should be getting the strength. It used to be that you would just assign them to, you just assign all your dwarves to just operate pumps all day. You wouldn't even use the windmill. You just have your dwarves do it. By the end of it, they would be like roided out monsters, and then they just like one-shot punch everything in the face and it'd explode because of how strong they were. Hercules would walk up to them and be like, "I'm so sorry. Please teach me your training regimen." Little known fact, that's really One Punch Man's secret. His back room that no one sees, he just got a Dwarf Fortress water pump. Yeah, but it could be stronger. I want him maxed. Yeah, my miners always ended up crazy strong. I forget what it is. Admittedly, unbelievably strong is the highest tier. 2250 to 5000 is unbelievably strong, so it's not going to get a higher description than that. But, so strength, for instance, assuming this works. Because my idea is I'd use these guys in military after this. Alters the damage done in melee, of course, makes sense. Increases muscle mass. Thicker muscle layer also resists damage more. It's armor. Increases how much they can carry. Higher strength also increases that. Includes running, soaring, blah, 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 blah. Eventually, however, proportionate gains of muscle mass can eventually reduce speed enough to overtake the gains. More so with larger creatures than dwarves. Dwarf median of 1250 is higher than average. Then yeah, they have things like soul attribute and other gobbledygook. Because somehow all the attributes can mix together to make other attributes. Now my question is, how do they gain it? Attributes are associated with skills, so that shield use will raise endurance as an attribute, not attributes like memory. Different attributes raised by one skill, marble and runs, blah blah blah. So how do I tell? So is it by whatever skill uses it, just anything that uses it, you're good? Training attributes. I don't care about standard ranges. I wanted to see if it's whatever uses strength, I guess. Attributes trained by skills. There you go. So in order to do this, woodcutter, mason, or hauling? Does hauling do nothing for me? Pump operator, that's wrong. Either that or it's very nerfed. Pump operating used to be what everyone would do, but you don't do that anymore. I don't see hauling here. Control F. Alright, maybe hauling doesn't even do anything anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. Hauling rocks. My miners always end up crazy strong. Unbelievably strong description gave you for top. He is only halfway there. I think my miners weren't haulers when I played, and I did a quantum stockpile close to the mines. There's no inconceivably strong? I don't think that word means what you think it means. Feel free to ask. And you say it. Super duper strong. It's like enormity? Or something like that. There's some word that everyone uses for extremely large when what it means is extremely evil. I want to say it's enormity, but I feel like that one's wrong. Like you didn't realize the enormity of the situation. Oh, enormity might not be the word I'm thinking of. What is the word I'm thinking of? Alright, if you guys will bear with me again for about 2 more minutes, I've consumed so much water and Gatorade today. I actually have to do multiple potty breaks. I will be right back. Shouldn't take too long. So though, nothing else, I'm extremely hydrated. What's going on with bananas? Quick, everyone, riot while he's gone. Too bad there's nothing to train recuperation and disease resistance. Sure there is, make them wear whatever. Are you war ready? What the is that Bob? What? Why is Bob Ross going to war? Bob Ross shouldn't do it. We'll convert these over to stone. Our minecart system is, as far as I'm aware, working smoothly. I'm not that worried about it. I really thought. Alright, we'll channel that down, make them be up downs as well. At least for this floor, I don't see a reason to be down there. Cancels plant seeds. Need strawberry seeds. What plants do you have? Up? Shut up. 2,774 strawberry. And this dude's like, I need seeds. I need seeds. Wouldn't he train recuperation in the room that constantly stabs him with these things? Like, oh, you're so mean. Willpower directly reduces exertion and pain effects, also prevents creatures from fleeing in battle. Did I ever tell you the story when I embarked with a soldier of decent skill and built a danger room with menacing spikes instead of training spears and then got impaled to hell and crippled? Well, that sounds like a good way to start. Are you sure this is gonna be good, Blitz? Yeah, sure, no, this is gonna be great. I don't know about that. Why are you doing this to me? I don't think that's how that works. I think you just killed him for no reason. Or crippled him for no reason. We did something for no reason. I just wish I could have made them pull the lever on themselves. Oh, good. So no remorse. Wrong sense. I said this shouldn't have Gabbro anymore, right? Yeah, alright. As long as I said no more Gabbro. How are we doing up here? We have shot a lot of damn rocks at me. Actually, are we still shooting them at nobody? Or were we ever? No. They're being targeted at things. None of them says you just shot one. It all says at something. So there's a reason for this. They're still there. They're still there. I'll keep engaging. I don't care. I wonder if they're gonna stay there because they have to keep dodging. I wonder if that's like resetting a time or something. Usually they're to the left by now. The number's gone down by 30. Unless I got a bunch of kills. I don't think I did. Also, I know I got a few, and they're not listed in my top. Actually, I don't see any of the enemies I've killed, like, ever. I only ever see mine. Okay. Or maybe I haven't seen their body to find them dead. I mean, there's a dead big dog. There's a dead big dog. How many dead is it saying? One beak dog. I just found 2 beak dogs, so this thing's not even giving me up-to-date names. Maybe they're leaving? I don't think I killed 30. I don't even know why the hell they're trying. Go away. You're not going to invade the mountain home. Not this day, good sir. Also, holy shit, that's a lot of yellows. Add new task. What are these yellow gems? Because that stockpile's filled. Tough Rubicell. Alright. I want you to cut the damn Rubicell. 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Cut up the damn Rubicells. That way we can get them out of that stockpile. I remember when you needed danger rooms. Yo, do you guys remember when I tried to do a danger room and I just like brutally crippled all of my military for no reason? Even with it being a training spear? But I read the wiki about danger rooms and I thought I'd try and figure it out. Luckily, the hospital drowning chamber was easy enough to build. Some need to learn how to build a daycare facility. They're not going to work anymore unless I'm mistaken. Like, those training spears fucking destroyed my soldiers' ankles in steel armor. Ventures are capped at double their starting attribute. Oh. Now, is this in Dwarf Fortress, or is this in your SCP IKEA game? You know, the daycare facility has one tile with a dog in it. What do you mean, how? How what? How did they get their ankles twisted? That's Dwarf Fortress, I remember that. Like, I don't know, I pulled the switch and their ankle was broken. Because the spear hit the side of the foot hard enough to twist it 180. It was fucking crazy physics. I have no clue how the hell it happened. Beyond me. Alright, I made the coffers. Build H. Do I have an artifact coffer? Zimishmad. What the hell is Zimishmad? What the fuck is Zimishmad? An andesite coffer. Oh shit, we're about to get some happy dwarves. I didn't know we had that. Where is the blue stone? Did I or did I not order up 4 cobaltite coffers? There they are. I'm trying to think of what else I need when I move the tavern down here. I need food store. I need booze and food storage. I need food storage just for prepared meals and booze storage for booze. Alright, so first of all is food. I'm trying to think of how I can get storage in here without ruining the idiots and their like dance areas shit that they do. Just do this back area. Up to the middle, but takeaway square. Then do food from the other side. And it should not be able to overwrite, which means we should have 2 of equal size. Boom. Food on the left only does booze. That's it, that's all it does. Not even prepared food. These liquids, just food. Stuff on the right does nothing except prepared food. Now we're going to let that be as it stands right now. I'm not going to tell them to move things over or anything like that. I feel like if we have enough extra somewhere, they'll move them in. No, that's why I would make an adventure with as high of stats as possible. I see. Sounds like you should try a circular soul training room. If I go back to playing this, I want to recreate the old Shadow Wayward Population Controller, which was a spike corridor between the booze and the beds. And dwarves engage in cannibalism with modding. I mean, with modding, sure. I don't see why not. All you'd have to do is make them be a butcherable race. I think that one's actually really simple to do. Not sure, but just use a mod and play elves or goblins. No, I want dwarven cannibals. Elves can engage cannibalism. As far as I'm aware, the only thing that will prevent you from doing the cannibalism is make dwarves butcherable. If you can because you can butcher your pets once they're dead, as far as I'm aware, right? If they're butcherable, you could butcher them and get meat from them. If you get the meat and you just cook it, or if it's cookable, then you would eat it, right? You'd have to take off the sentient tag. If you add in a special, you can just mod in a smeltery thing. I'm forgetting the thing. An exchange. You can mod it in to not count as.
The time for autumn has come.
Well, I guess autumn has come back on. What wouldn't even count as butchering necessarily, would it? If you had it as a special thing, like let's say at the Masons, where he took a dead dwarven body and got you body parts, kind of as a smelt recipe. Why is this one so loud? let's lower you a bit. You're a bit high. Have you ever gotten adamantine wet? Hellfire Skyrim, have I ever gotten? Under most conditions, yes. Like, I think more than half of my bases have ended up with me getting this sweet blue stuff. Doesn't sound too bad. I'd also had cannot undead, so I don't need to do ghosts. Have you ever gotten adamantine armor? I'm sorry, but that's just not right. I would have to consider the dark dwarves. Is it mirrors that keep getting even louder? I mean, I'm glad that we got the... Oh, it's because the siege ended. So now what? So I get music because we're not under siege, even though the enemies are here. We have to wait for the enemies to leave. Well, I guess they finally had enough. But, yeah, no, what was it? What was the name of the base? We had hundreds of adamantine. Like I had a squad fully kitted out. Like we min-maxed our clown halls. What was that base? That wasn't Ocean Base. That was before Ocean Base. What the hell base was that? Found it. Apparently the tag is ethic eat sapient other acceptable and ethic eat sapient kill acceptable. Okay, so yeah, just make it be acceptable to eat sapient. Oh, are they already? Okay, they're already like leaving. All right, let's stop these dudes firing. Thank you. You guys have done fantastically. Not news. 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 Not news. And now, actually, since they're done, remember at the beginning of this we had one legendary. One and only one legendary. I'm going to do a reread right now, collapse this, and we'll take a look at her siegers and see if they're a bit above. Still only the one legendary, but I mean, some of these others are not nothing. Destroyer, yeah, he definitely got a good couple of hits, and he got to level 6 off of it. So, here's my thoughts. I'm gonna take one of these. Take this one. Prepare to fire, fire at will. Alt A though. I'm going to change it to where it's not allowed to use anything below legendary. So we'll only have one at a time, and they'll cycle on firing a rock at nothingness. And this way they can get their skills up. I mean, that dude being legendary, he got quite a few just headshots in. And so we're just waiting for the last one to leave the map, and then we'll exit and we'll collect whatever's out there. That's against dwarven policy. I can't wait for the day I'll be able to do medical actions in adventure mode. Hang me whatever you want, switchers. Just eat the dwarf that makes that policy. Oh. Allow them to eat elves, kobolds, and goblins. I think I'll raise nobles as cattle. It's the most humane way to butcher cattle. Drowning chamber? I mean, I would have to, like, in terms of Dwarf Fortress, the most humane way to butcher something is just to butcher, oddly enough. I don't know what it is that a butcher does, but a butcher can kill even the largest tame animal in a blink of an eye. He's just like, he just drags them over and they're dead. You look at the combat, he's just like, oh, he found him dead. He's dead now. He's butchered. What do you want? What did he just do? I feel like if you had a tame dragon, if it wasn't sapient, I don't know what it counts as. I think you could probably just butcher him immediately. Dwarves will not real dwarves who refuse to eat sapient. So your dwarves will be evil deep dwarves. PA's world, Princely's will just be a Mad Max hour. All butchers know the touch of death. Yeah, no, like, butchers kill things way fast. Like, you just kind of overlook it. Like, oh yeah, we're butchering cats or whatever, but really you could butcher anything. Most anything. And then you just drag it over to the little square and it's dead. I think we have survived. Yay! I'm gonna let us out and we're gonna go out and collect things. Maybe some new goblinite. What is out here? A lot of arrows. Man, do I hate grabbing their arrows. B clang. I need to make sure to do a forbid again and whatever's been dumped. Already. I don't want to grab any rose. As well as I'm literally just not even going to hold on. I don't want to deal with what they just dropped for me. Is it ammunition has arrows? That would make sense to me. Copper arrows. Dump. Dump. Unforbid. Unforbid. Dump. 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 Get rid of all the damn arrows. I'm tired of even trying to collect them, to melt them, and it never works. Just get rid of the damn arrows. Unforbid the bolts. I don't know why I've forbidden hundreds and thousands of bolts. We have a lot of bolts. I just noticed how many bolts we have. Holy shit. We have a lot of ammunition. That's a lot of metal ammunition. Meat currency. Ooh. Sounds bad. Alright, I have to figure out how to fix this. The problem is, whatever I do is just going to make there be more water going down that path. Like, that is the drain. I have no way to say that otherwise. By the way, what did that do at the other end? I want to confirm. I want to confirm. Yep. My weird little U-bend prevented us losing all pressure. Literally, that. If that's not in the forum somewhere, that needs to be. That stupid system right there saved my entire river, keeping it at 7 out of 7 pressure. Saved the entire river despite there being a massive catastrophic leak back over here. When you think about that, when you think there's a leak at the top of the river, and yet we're 7 out of 7 at the end because of that goofy U-bend idea that I came up with for safety. Need to figure out how to like edit their Wikipedia. I'm gonna call it the safety bend. My dwarf made an artifact electrum mace. Well, an artifact anything has got really good to hit rolls. Dwarf Fortress Electrum. I don't know where Electrum stands in terms of equal parts gold and silver, so it's heavy. It's not a not heavy thing. Which I know sounds kind of stupid, but solid density, impact yield. Density is, isn't that what it goes off of as density? So 14,905, what's silver? 14,905. Or I wasn't even looking at the metals. No, I was. 14,905. Density. 50% more dense than silver. So yeah. That's gotta be money metal. Electrum is gold plated silver. It's a silver gold alloy. Yeah, because gold is dense as hell. Yeah, no, it looked like it was 50% more dense than silver. So, an artifact weapon that hits harder than silver. And mace is bludgeoning, right? I didn't think to look that one up.
Ah, there goes another dwarf gonna build some useless convention and then it's worthless.
I agree with this man. Yeah, it's a blunt weapon, so you want it to be dense. You said mace, right? I just look at the wrong weapon. What did you say? Yeah, Electrum mace. Yeah, no. No, that's a really good mace. I think the best you could do artifact-wise is platinum? Yeah, their tests, they didn't even go above silver because they didn't account for artifact level things. What did we say, 15,000 give or take? Platinum Dwarf Fortress. Hold on, I apologize, viewers. I'm actually curious. Density. So, okay, so Platinum is still the best at 21,000. What you have is you have the weakest. No, I don't want to say weakest. I want to say you have halfway to the strongest artifact meld you can have. That is, hands down, bar none, stronger than any non-artifact bludgeoning weapon. And because it's an artifact, it has a really high to hit roll. So, very good weapon. Yes, give it to your Mace Lord. Compared to the other native impact, maces are twice the size of warhammers with twice the contact area. What this means in combat, generally speaking, is hammers are better at punching through armor. Maces do more tissue damage on unarmored opponents, leading to faster pulping of unprotected body parts. Like I said, 50% denser than silver. Platinum's twice as dense, so it's not as good as platinum, but still 50% denser than silver with an artifact to hit roll. Something's getting pulped. Alright, I think our people are leaving the base now. Yeah, that's why we had this massive chug now. So all of a sudden everyone's trying to calculate to pick up everything outside. Amazing how much faster it goes when I have a drawbridge up. Learned a trick. Train everyone as a weaponsmith. Do you care to have more information as to this trick? I mean, that just seems generally useful, but what is the trick part of this? Like, you say you found a way to train everyone as? Or training everyone as a weaponsmith yields some hereto unknown benefit? More chance of artifact weapons. Oh, I see what you're saying. Guaranteed that if they have a mood, that's the one they're going for. Makes sense. Speaking of which, did my dude grab something? I have a guy in the mood, right? Oh, one of the crazy people? One of the lichens is having a mood? Screw him. I'm not getting anything this mood. Just for funsies, what was this man's mood? I legit can't let him out. He'll just lichen all over me and destroy the base. What did he want? Crafts Dwarf shop become a legendary woodcrafter. That was it. He was gonna take Jim, metal, rock, Jim. Oh, fuck you, dude. You deserve to die. Yeah. If you make the highest non-artifact you can have, then it's twice as good to hit as a regular quality one. Artifact is 3 times the to hit roll. Okay. So, the siege is over. We have a guy shooting to the southeast. Oh, you know what? I just had this thought. In order to make sure we don't die, in order to make sure he doesn't hit a dwarf with this, which would really suck, I'm going to change his targeting reticule. Literally just be the extreme right corner. Where is the damn... There you go. That's what he's allowed to shoot at. And for bladed weapons, it is 100% sharpness. For regular weapons, are 50% sharp. Oh, like they get 50% of whatever the material sharpness is? Did I build that on something or over something? So I built this over something, and I did this wrong anyways. Yeah, I did it over nothing. I'm an idiot. Okay. The dwarves are out and about. We're accessing stone. We only have one guy shooting, so our stockpile should grow faster than we're using it. I haven't had any trade. That's because we were under siege, so I am due for a trade some point soon. Have my dwarves been training? I know it's a bit late after all that time to be thinking of that, but have they been training? Looks like they train. Yes. Individual combat drills, but they train. So at least they're doing that. And moving the tavern down. Looks like we were overburdened on the drink side of this. Should have specified somehow no barrels. Ho 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 ho. Gafuni! Welcome to the mountain home. Thank you so much for following. And as you have pledged your support behind the mountain home, so too will the mountain home pledge to support you in the land of Twitch area in the fight for justice. With our nigh unlimited amount of enchanted blades, we will fight with you on the battlefield to stop all evil elves. So it's the following. Also, what just happened? I thanked her for following and her views dropped by like 6. Apparently people do not like the enchanted blade. Now, I was gonna say, if you want, you can type in !dwarf, DWARF, or !dwarf, DORF. It will roll a random number generator that we can use to name one of the dwarves after you. And then afterwards, if you come back in a future stream, you can type in the same command, and it'll tell you if your dwarf is alive or not. Dwarfing commands are... And they just put it there too. Why would you break, though? So could you? Wait, what? Hey, you're talking about for only one carpenter and masterwork furniture in every bedroom if you want to circumvent. Stupid nail. All right, hold on. You got dwarfed. I'll be with you. Oh, nat 1, nice. Yeah, I've gotten artifact arrows. Still want to see another artifact barrel. Welcome to mountain. Artifact trapdoor. That was priceless. How much percent? What are masterwork? Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, let me get you, dwarf. Masterworks are the highest quality you can make without a mood. Just that is. It's like you get an alert every time they do it. Like I've been getting alerts for food. Let me get you in. As nickname, Lapsol, do a read. Lapsol, you rolled number 1. You are a hauler. However, you have made an artifact at some point, I think, because you're a legendary +2 bone carver. You had to have made an artifact. That basically means you're actually, in fact, an artifact. No, not you are an artifact. You're actually, in fact, probably a bone carver. Gafuni. Sort this back by profession. Collapse all. Yeah, because no one else is even remotely close. That had to have been because of an art. Does it say whether or not in here if they made an artifact? What is abstract thinking? What does that mean? A bunch of them have gotten this negative thought distracted at their lack of abstract thinking. Does that mean they want a library? I'll make them a damn library. That had to have been because of an artifact, right? Gafuni? Hold on, let me look up Gafuni. Has it gone through yet?